Hi, welcome. Okay, day 4 of my beginner bootcamp series. Let's get straight to the warm-up with a march. How are you feeling today? You ready for this session? Going to be amazing. We have got a lower body workout today. So the great thing about working the lower body is that you're going to activate some really big, strong muscles. There are large muscle groups in the lower body. And when we fire up those muscles, benefit number 1 is going to be obviously we're sculpting and firming and getting stronger in the lower body, adding that lovely, smooth, compact, lean muscle tissue to the body. And at the same time, because we're activating those large muscles of the legs and the thighs and the bum, bring it into a jog here, because we're activating those large muscles, we're burning a lot of fat. So it's going to be an excellent session if your goal is fat burning, if you want to lose fat, if you want to get lean, and also if you want to sculpt the lower body. You've got a nice firm thighs, bum, inner thighs, outer thighs. Ticking a lot of boxes here today. How's that jog? Keep it loose, we're just warming up. Give your body time to get ready to exercise. Remember why we warm up. It's for the body, it's for the mind. We're getting the blood circulating. Okay, military march now. Just going to stand sideways on so you can see what I'm doing. It's a new one for the warm up. Stand tall, straight legs. And you're going to just raise one leg and the other. Straight leg march. Once you've got that, you're going to add the arms, straight arms. Opposite arm to the leg. Really focus on keeping your legs straight. We're stretching out through the back of the leg. That's what this is all about. As well as getting that heart rate going, getting the blood pumping, getting your breathing going, getting the oxygen in your body, and waking up that mind-body connection, which helps us so much in our exercise. Okay, here's another new one. I'm just going to raise my leg out in front of me to where you can be. Takes a bit of balance, and again, you can hold a chair like we've been doing before. You're going to raise the leg, and I'm going to point the toe, I'm going to flex the toe. And if you can, going to extend it out to the side with a bent knee, and then out behind me, I'm going to flex and point. Bring it up, back in. As I say, you can have a chair, you can be holding onto the wall, flex and point again. Back up with a bent knee, round that opening through the hip. Flex and point behind. Other leg now. So you might be holding onto a chair here, hand on the wall, that's absolutely fine. Straight leg out in front of you to where you can be. You might be here, you might be here. Flex, point. So that you can feel those muscles waking up, opening it out. Behind you now, point, flex, point, flex. In again, out front, flex, point, flex, point, bent knee, out to the side, opening through the hip, out behind you, point it, flex it, point it again, bring it back up, in, just hold it through, there you go. Okay, now I've got, going to get to a shallow squat position. I'm not going low, just going to be here like this in the top part of a squat exercise, just waking up those muscles. I'm just going to punch across the body to either side as I do that. So controlling the squat, making sure the knees are pointing out over the toes. Don't let the knees come in. That's not what you want. Don't go down so low that your knees come in. Control it. And we're just punching either side, allowing your rib cage to turn either side. So we're getting a bit of mobility into the back and spine here. Waking up the muscles in the thighs and the bum. Okay, going to do jumping jacks now. Option 1 is to just step them out. Option 2, we're going to use straight arms, just while we're waking up the shoulders, so just punching both arms up today, rather than going straight to the jumping jack. So this is your option 2, option 1, with your arms going out to the side. Are you ready? I'm really looking forward to today's session because I know so many of you want to burn fat and exercising the legs, building the muscles in the legs is a great way to achieve that. I think you're going to enjoy this one. So let's get started. I've got 6 different exercises for you in section 1. We're going to go through all 6 consecutively, then we're going to just repeat it once, so twice through in total. I'm going to demonstrate the level 1 exercises in the first round through. I'd like everybody to join me in that because we're still warming up here. We didn't warm up for long today, so stick with me in the level 1 exercises for the first round through. Round 2, I'm going to demonstrate some more advanced options which you can choose to take if you want to increase the intensity or stick with the same options from round 1, the level 1. Also, I'm wearing ankle weights today. That's an option that you can choose if you've got them. I wouldn't recommend that you use them the first time you do this workout video where you're just learning the moves, you're getting to know the format. But once you've progressed and you're ready to increase the intensity, which you will want to if you stick with this over the weeks to come, that's an option you've got. I'm also going to use weights in the second round through, which is optional, okay? I've got a chair here, and I'm using a step today. You don't have to have a proper aerobic step like I've got here. You could be standing on a sturdy low coffee table, a sturdy chair even, or the bottom step of your stairs, anything you can step onto which is going to be sturdy enough to hold your weight. If you really don't have anything to step onto, you can just step back. You can either step back like that, or you can step forward, or mix it up. You might want to hold weights to make that a bit more intense. But let's get on and do the step up. So, I'm going to go stepping up with the right leg, foot just taps. Left foot goes back down, right foot goes back down. This time I'm stepping up the left foot first. Left foot up, right foot taps, back down, left foot back down. That's 1. Right foot up, left foot up, back down, right foot back down. Left foot up, right foot just taps the box, back down, left foot back down. Right foot, left foot taps, left foot back down, right foot back down. Left foot up, right foot taps the box. Right foot back down, left foot taps. You get the idea? What I want you to do is stay tall. You're alternating legs like that, but don't worry. You're probably going to mix this up at first with the sort of alternating legs things. Look, as long as you step up roughly the same amount of times on either leg, it's going to be fine. You're going to get the results that you want. You'll see me probably do it wrong a couple of times, so don't worry about that. It doesn't matter. These things, they're not about getting it right every time, these workouts. They're not about doing everything perfectly. They're just about moving your body, challenging yourself, doing what it takes, to ultimately get the results that you want. So stay tall, give me a few more repetitions, nice and high, build up a little bit of speed for the last couple here. It's not a difficult exercise. If you can climb up and down stairs, let's not make too much of this. It should be an easy move. Most people who've got, normal level of mobility, which is who this series is for, really. Okay. Actually, step up. Now we're going to do a squat to a chair. Okay. Absolute beginners who've never done these before, all I want you to do is sit down on the chair and get out of it without using your hands. Okay? Very important exercise to be able to do for just basic mobility. This is quality of life stuff. If you're finding this difficult, please work on it, because this is going to make the difference it could make the difference between you being independent or not as you get older, Otherwise, once you encounter that, let's start the set now. We're going to do 10, and I'm just going to tap the chair with my bum. So that's 1, 2. So remember, we're sitting back like we're sitting in the chair. We're not pushing the knees forward. One of the good things about having the chair there is it gets you used to that movement that you're used to, which mimics sitting back in a chair. So you're not pushing the knees forward and bending the knees. It's about hips going back. Chest stays tall and proud. Try not to come too far forward. Just tap the chair. If you're working on this, as you work on it, you might need to let go and sit in it sometimes. I want you to work towards just really gently tapping it. We'll just do 3 more here. 1. Sit back, chest proud. Last one. There you go. So I'm going to make a bit of space. Now this is when the ankle weights are going to make a difference for me. So squats again. So feet are just a bit more than hip distance apart this time. And I'm going to sit back into a squat. I'm going to come up, squeezing the glutes as I come up, I'm just going to raise the leg to the side. Takes a bit of balance, so you might want to hold that chair in front of you while you get used to these. Sitting back, raise the leg. That's one. Sit back, stay tall, raise the leg, sit back, come up, control it. That's two. Stay tall with the shoulders, sit it back, raise the leg, keep it straight. Go at your own pace, you don't have to go at the same speed as me. That's three for me, but you count for yourself. I always encourage you, especially in these strength training sessions, to do your own counting. Then you can keep a record of how many you've done. And I don't want you doing too many of any of these. I want you increasing the weights where we have weights, rather than doing more repetitions, because that's when you get outside your comfort zone. So count for yourself, aim for around 10, one repetition being once on each side. So this side, squat back, that side, that would be one repetition. I'm just going to do a couple more, I reckon that's about 10. And remember, if you're more advanced, this is part of your warm-up, so aim on getting a bit lower every time to where's comfortable to you. We're waking up that range of motion, ready for the next round where we're going to dig a little bit deeper. How were they? Great exercise to fire up those big muscles that I mentioned. Really squeeze the bum when you come up to make sure you feel it there, to make sure you activate those gluteal muscles. Split squat. You've seen these before, we did these the other day. Now remember, if you're new to these, you can be holding a chair. Step back. I'm going to start with the right back this time. Step back with a nice wide stance to where it's comfortable for you. And remember, we're going to go straight down and straight up. We're not pushing the knee forward, we're not leaning forward. We're going straight down, straight up, like we're a carousel horse. I think that's 3, 4. Weight in the front leg, we don't lean onto it. Straight down, straight up, stay tall. Think about that glute doing the work. Okay, I think that's 10 for me. And then, here you've got options. You can either do little pulse halfway down for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which 1 centimetre, 1 inch at most in that low position for count of 10. And the next round we're going to do a little hop, if you're ready for that. Okay, other side. So, had my right leg forward last time, I believe. So this time, I'm going to go this way. Nice and tall, remember. Straight down, straight up. Straight down, straight up. Go as low as you comfortably can. We're aiming to get this front thigh parallel to the ground. But more important than that is keeping the upper body up tall. That's the most important thing. That's what I want you to be doing. I don't want you to be leaning forward and pushing that knee forward so that you can get lower. That's not what's going to shape those thighs. That's not what's going to get you the results that you want. We don't cheat here. We don't wreck our bodies in an effort to pretend that we can do things that we can't. No one can see us. We're working on it. Okay? I think that's about 10. When you've done 10, it's going to be time for that pulse. So get halfway down. You can be holding onto the chair if you still need to be. But if you don't need it, let it go. Let's get outside your comfort zone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fast, small, pulse. I think that's about 10. I felt those. Okay. We have got some cardio to finish up the circuit. Option 1 is going to be a jog. And I need my timer for these. So I'm going to do a jog first of all, and then I'm going to do some jacks. Just 40 seconds of each, so they're going to be over really quickly. But if you need to march here, if you're not ready for a jog, absolutely fine. Do what you need to do. Take steps, jog it out loosely, but we're just getting the heart rate up a little bit more so that we can work on our cardiovascular fitness, burn off that fat, and kind of shake everything out, because we've got some speed. Not long here now. Let's see if we can increase the speed a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to do jacks. Remember, your options. So you can do this, or you can be doing this. Next round, I'm going to give you the option of squat jacks, but for now, stick with this. While we're here, just think about what you need for the next round. So, you can be holding weights when we do those step-ups again in a minute. How heavy can you go with that? So that you can really feel it through the legs. Same with the squats. You can be holding weights. What do you need for that? Think about getting it ready. You might need to pause the video once we finish these to set that up. But once you've done this a couple of times, I want you to keep notes so you don't need to pause, so you know what you need. And also so you can keep a record of your progress. Highly recommend it. So, grab a sip of water, and we'll get ready for round 2. Just pop that down there. So, step again. Got my chair. Okay, so let's hit that step up again. I'm going to grab weights. You don't have to, but it's an option when you're ready. I'm just going to hold them in my hands. So remember, you step up with one foot, other foot taps the box or whatever you're using, original foot comes down. Up, tap, down, down. But look, don't worry about it as I just said. As long as you're doing roughly the same amount on each side, doesn't really matter, and it'll come. You get used to it, you know? You'll learn the rhythm as the weeks go by as you keep practicing this. But the main thing is to stay tall through the body. Stay proud, keep that chest tall and proud, shoulders to ceiling, and really focus on what you're doing here. Drive through that foot into the platform that you're stepping up on, and think about that gluteal muscle, the muscle in your bum, helping you to come up. Stay tall. Just a couple more here. Fantastic functional exercise. It's great for performance in sport, mobility in everyday life, and of course, get rid of that glute, which we want. Oh, don't want to get rid of the weights just yet. Down here. By the way, obviously, I think most people understand this, but just to recap, we talked about in the original video, when you're using weights, squat when you put them down. Please don't bend forward with your back to put weights down. Out of the way. Time for that squat now then. You can, so just let's go. Feet are hip width apart. You can be doing the original version where you sit on the chair. You can be tapping the chair, weights, no weights, whatever you need to do. So first of all, I'm going to demonstrate weights by my side. That's one option. I can feel the difference. I can feel it working me harder, which is what we want. Other option is to have them up by your shoulders. See, I've got them here. And that's going to, what that's done is it's changed my centre of gravity. So it means my core's working a bit harder to keep me upright and stable. I feel it a lot more when they're up there. But you need to be safe. And if you're not used to exercising with weights and you're using heavy weights, this might not be for you today. But it's an option. Really squeeze the bum as you come up. Just tap the chair, don't let your weight go if you can help it. Squeeze it up. And remember, it's all about sitting back and pushing up through the hips. It's not about the knees coming forward. Don't let the knees go over your toes. You want to try as much as you can to keep them over the ankles. Super squat to sideways now. Might use the weights again. Go a little bit lighter here now because wide squats can be quite tough on the inner thighs. So we're working here, we're really targeting the inner thighs and bum. Absolutely fantastic exercise. Outer thighs a little bit as well when we extend the leg out. Areas that I'm always getting asked for exercises for, so make this count. Okay, I'm going to bring my weight up here at shoulder height. I'm going to squat down. I'm going to step it out. Going to squat down, going to step it out. So down, get low if you can. Kick it out. Get low. Squeeze it up. Don't go too fast. Very controlled. Squeeze the bum as you come up. Focus. Now, check your knees. What's happening there? Please tell me that they're going in the same direction as your toes and that they're not coming too far forward. It's your hips that are sitting back. If your knees are coming in, you need to change something now. Don't let the knees come in. Right now, change your technique. You might be going too low before you're ready. You might be using too heavy a weight. We don't want your knees coming in. You're going to injure yourself. Don't do it. There's no value to that. Make it look good, get the technique right, and that's what's going to change your body, progress your fitness, sculpt those legs. Get low, raise it up, control it. I know you're getting tired now. It's going to do one more either side. Control it down, squeeze the bum as you come up, raise it up. Well done. So we've got that split squat now. I'm going to add a hop. If you don't want to jump because of your knees or for whatever reason, but you do want to intensify, you can hold weights. Hold them at your side and just do the pulse that I demonstrated in round 1. If you want to jump, we're just doing a tiny little hop. It'll look really easy, but if you're doing it with me, you'll know about it. So, that's all the same rules apply. We're going to just do 10 full split squats first of all. So that's 1. Remember, you can be holding your chair. 2, 3, 4, shoulders to ceiling. 5, as low as you can comfortably go. 6, knee doesn't come forward. 7, chest proud. 8, control it. 9, right down. Take your time, go at your own pace. Last one, so that's 10. And I'm just coming halfway up, not all the way up, halfway. I'm going to hop. 1, 2. You can be pulsing though. I think that was 10. Ah! Did you feel it in your bum? I felt it. Okay. So, other side now. Back into that squat. Wide step out behind you, split squat. I'm going to come down, right the way down, right the way up. Right the way down, right the way up. But only as low as you can comfortably go. If you are feeling pain in the knees, please don't do these. Switch in one of those other exercises that doesn't hurt your knees. But pay attention to your technique. Don't push the knee forward. Keep it over the ankle. And the way to do that is to have your body going up and down, not forwards and back. Down, up, not forwards and back. Down and up. Okay, that must be 10. Let's either pulse it out or hop it out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Maintain that nice lunge position while you're doing the hops or the lunges. Okay, my breathing's going. Okay, it's going to be a jog or a high knees now. So 40 seconds, I need my timer. If you are not ready for high knees, you can either mark it out like we did in round 1 or jog it out. I'm going to demonstrate high knees just to show you that's an option. Then once that's done, we're going to go straight on to jacks. Remember your options for jacks. You're going to step it out, you're going to do standard jacks, or I'm going to demonstrate a special squat jack version to really get into that bum and thighs. Let's go. High knees for me. What are high knees? High knees are jogging, driving the knees up towards the chest. As high as you can get them. You're going to need to use your arms here. You're really activating the core now. So this is an exercise that fires up those big muscles in the leg, burns some serious fat, and it's also sculpting the core. If you are a runner, you need these. Work on your arm motion. So your arm comes, hands come up to right to hip level, up to face level. So we just go down, hop them in, hop them in. Stay tall, stay looking at the screen if you're doing these. But you've got options. If you try a couple of these, it's too much. Just do ordinary jacks. But go till you hear the beat. Just a few more seconds. Can you give me some more speed for the last few? Let's right then for section 1. So let's make it count, guys. Let's burn off that glue. Awesome, well done. I love that session. Really know that I've worked. But I'm not finished yet. I'm going to carry on over on the website. We're going to do some, we're going to really feel it burning on there. Going to hit the bum, quite a lot more, thighs, some more of those power moves, you know, explosive cardios. But you're going to have low impact options as well if that's what you need. Come join us now, we're going to crack on with it. Otherwise, if you're watching on YouTube, you're not ready to join the website yet, we're just going to do a few quick stretches to round off the workout. Awesome job, guys. The vast majority of people I see have tight hamstrings. Some people are just naturally quite loose, but I think pretty much everyone benefits from stretching them, so this is worth doing for all of us. So see how I'm sitting, one leg straight out in front of me, the other leg bent. Don't come too far out here. Try to stay with your hips facing the same direction as that extended leg. So your hips aren't out to the side there, facing the same direction, and just lean forward. You might be here. You can have a towel or belt rope, whatever, around your foot if that's going to help you to come forward towards the foot. You can reach the toes. Excellent. Hold it there, but not if it feels painful, because if it's painful, your muscles are going to tense up and you won't increase your flexibility. Hold it here and breathe. Allow the shoulders to relax. Release the tension from the shoulders. Did you see my shoulders go down then? I listen to my own instructions, you know. And that's helping me to ease forward into it just gently. Every time you exhale, just try and come a fraction further forward. Try and release some of the tension that you might be holding in the back of that leg. Let it go. It's time to let it go now. One more deep breath. As you exhale, can you just melt into it a little bit more? Gently, gently release. Coming up, and do it on the other leg now. Remember, you're not letting the hips come out to the side. They stay facing the same direction as that leg that's going forward. Ease into it. You might be tighter on one side. That's normal. That's one of the reasons why we stretch one leg at a time, so that you can find those imbalances and work on correcting them. That's okay. It's good that you found that, so you can now work on correcting it. And breathe. And melt into it. Remember to release the tension again in those shoulders. Where can you feel tension in your leg? Just focus on it. Find it. And now release. A little bit more with every breath out. You can let it go now. You don't need it. Session's over. You did well. One more deep breath. In. And melt forward. Slowly exhale. Come on out of that now. Sit with your legs wide. You might be here. Depends on how much flexibility you've got in the inner thighs. You might be able to come out a lot wider than me. Some people are naturally very flexible in this position. Some people find it a bit tight, but we can work on loosening it up over time. I'm trying to keep my back straight. I'm not rounding forward into this. Keeping my back straight, hips out behind me. You might need, and sometimes I do, to just literally pull your bum, cheeks, out behind you, so that you're sitting on the top of your hips, so that your back's not rounded. Push the hips out behind you, and stay a nice tall line through the upper body. Work on that. You might be right up here, and you might feel that still in your inner thighs and hamstrings. And that's fine. That's the exercise that you need. You want to relax into it. Please don't try and have your legs too far apart. That will cause you a strain in your inner thighs, and it could put you out of training for a while, and it's just going to cause all sorts of problems. Just don't overdo it. You know, in any of these exercises, exercises. There's never any point of pushing yourself to a point where it's dangerous. You don't need to, and the risks just far outweigh any benefits that you are thinking you could get from doing that. You won't. Let's just ease forward a little bit. Focus on releasing that tension. I'm tight in this position today. I can sometimes get my elbows right down, but that's fine. You'll find that some days you're going to have more flexibility than others. That's normal. Don't get, all up in your head about it. Let it happen. Some days you're going to be looser than others. On the days when you're not, it's good that you stretched. So feel pleased about that. It's not about getting to a particular point. It's about lengthening those muscles, letting them stretch out, easing off at the end of your session, and just easing forwards with long, slow breaths, slowly exhaling as you come down, and you never know, you might be able to get to that point that you can normally do after all if you ease into it. Let's just lie back now. We're done. Just going to stretch out the lower back a little bit by pulling the knees in towards the chest as close as you can get them. Don't worry if they're out here. Close as you can get them. And then I'm just going to roll the lower back along the mat from side to side, just massaging it a bit now. And you can bring up the head if that's comfortable for you, and just sort of roll around a bit. One direction, then another, massaging it all out. Lovely. Elongate the legs, extend them out, extend the arms, reach from fingertips to toes. Now just really reach out to your maximum height, or extend to your maximum. Feel that stretch through your abdomen, feel it through your chest, feel it right into the legs. Stretch, 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 and release. Deep breath. Once more. Stretch, 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 stretch to your maximum. Release. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms facing upwards. Let your feet flop out to the sides. Let your body weight just fall into the mat. Feel yourself supported by the earth beneath you. Did great, guys. That's it. Relax.